Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you recording?
On all things.
On that thing, on this thing, on this thing, on that thing.
All the things.
All the things. That's tight. That's tight, bro. That's tight. I'm sleepy. Oh, shit.
Just hit a button, Morty. Give me a beat. Oh, man. Okay. All right.
We choose to go to the moon.
You son of a bitch. I'm in. What's your name?
That's Joey.
Hey, how you doing?
What's your name?
Good morning, Angel.
What was said was for you and for you alone.
And don't worry about the days.
What days?
Did I do that?
Welcome back to
Hey
another
there.
episode
Of the Angel and Joey
For
show.
now, that's what it'll be called. We're gonna rebrand at some point, right?
Yeah. I've been thinking about it every once in a while, and I'm like, when I see another podcast, I'm like, oh, that could have been us. Oh. But I, like, can't think of anything that's, like, has toy.
Tweet.
Yeah. The toitness.
Send us your ideas of what we should call the show.
That's not just our names. That's not just basic. Who are we to you? No one, apparently.
It's been extra, like, rainy and
I love
gross
it.
outside.
I love it.
Did you ever figure out what movies you were gonna watch the other day?
Oh, well, I just watched YouTube. Well, no, I started the last season of Young and Hungry because
Never heard of it.
Young and Hungry with Emily Osment and a bunch of other people. I watched it when it first came out, and then like it had a lot of those like hiatus things, and I stopped watching cable, so I never finished it. So I just skipped to the last season because it's one of those like, you know, it's good to watch week to week, but not really great for binging because like the plot is very formula, you know, somebody does something stupid and blah 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 and blah blah blah. So I'm almost done with the last season of Young and Hungry. It was a freeform show.
Oh.
Well, it was not freeform when it started.
Oh, it was ABC Family?
I think so.
Back in the good
it
old
might have
days?
just been that long, but it's a good show. I like the actors
If you
in
say
it.
so.
It's nice.
You see, I already went to grab this mic because it's just like the first thing I do with my hands. I'm like, I just felt pulse.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with grabbing it.
Yeah, there is, because it makes a whole bunch of
Oh.
bang, bang, bang.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you usually are banging around in the episode anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
What's the dealio, sir?
The dealio.
What's happening?
As you know, the lease here ends in July. We went to look for some apartments. Saw a really nice one. It's like, oh, this place is beautiful. Gone. Someone else took it. So now I gotta go see some new ones today.
You gotta be quicker.
How quick did I saw it. I said, put the offer in.
Oh.
Said, too late. Someone else already has it.
Did you get anything extra that you wanted? Like, I know you said you wanted like 2 bedrooms if possible.
No.
No? You're not going for that right now because it's going to be like...
Well, nothing in the price range came up. I guess there was like 1 or 2, but then they were like far, like Pompano or Lauderhill.
Yeah.
Lauderhill's not too bad, but Pompano was far.
Who wants to live in Lauderhill? Let's be real.
I am willing to go to Pompano as long as I quit my current job.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Dadoy, but
so
like...
maybe I'll just... If I decide we got to move there...
Maybe go further south.
Instantly quit.
Like, south, like...
There was a nice place further south, had everything.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it was like a bad listing.
Mm-mm.
These listings are so bad. They don't put the right things.
Really?
And they're gone so fast because everyone's moving down here.
Mm-hmm.
And the realtor guy, he was like, yeah, most of my clients are out-of-town people. A lot of people from Canada coming down.
Yeah.
Because they're still locked down because they're cooks.
I wonder, like, why so drastically like, obviously, like, we didn't handle, like, the pandemic well in the beginning, but we're wrapping this shit up. But, like, what's going on with Canada?
Maybe they don't have, like, I assume they have vaccines up there and whatnot.
I assume that, too.
The same, I'm sure we sold them our vaccines.
You know, when I saw a headline that was like, Joe Biden's buying $500 million of vaccines to distribute to other places. And I'm like, you have $500 million and we're still struggling? I bet they're still struggling in Texas. I bet Flint still doesn't have water.
Money's not for you, people.
And it's like...
It's your money, but it's not for you.
It's my money and I need it now.
You better call JG.
Call JG Wentworth.
Hey,
But like that's like that boggles my mind when I think like you trying to be charitable.
Did you hear their they put like a report about how the billionaires and whatnot don't pay any income taxes, and
Like the bitches they are, like the stank ass hoes. No offense to the hoes that they are.
yeah, and they added it up to normal people making, I don't know, like 60 grand a year.
Mm-hmm.
If their total income matched how much money they made in a year, or like the net worth, and the amount of taxes those people paid was like $43 billion compared to the, I don't know, chump change that they pay.
But it's like that's like one of the things, you know, the rich prey on the poor to stay rich, right? But it's like this is such a gap. It's like the
poor keep them rich.
Yeah,
by giving them their money.
But also we're the ones that are running the economy. If we no longer feel like buying stuff from big businesses and we support our own brackets that are struggling, then hopefully, you know, I was seeing a few different things online that was like, you know, we're you know coming around like the 200-year mark of like this is the time where things are about to start changing. Hopefully
Changing how?
Economically, like because like this capitalism isn't working, especially since like there's less money for people like us, and there's a significant difference in what the upper class is getting. So I don't know how that translates.
They need to fix some loopholes that are going on.
Yeah, they need to let them pay the taxes.
That's
That's why, like, you remember when that whole AMC and they were buying all those like shares for such
of course.
Yeah, it's like, how are you going to support the people that had the money to gamble so much and they lost astronomically, but you want to hold their hand and be like, no. But when Dave, who works in accounting, loses his whole life, he has to deal with that.
Sucks for Dave.
Yeah, I just like y'all messed up. What about the little people? What about Dave? Yeah, and they don't care. Obviously, they don't care.
No, obviously not.
They get
It's a dog eat dog world. It's a doggy dog world.
Doggy dog world.
Gotta look out for yourself. Make your own money. Make your own path.
Yo, I want to write a kid's book because I hear you just like write that up, draw it up, put it on Amazon, and it can sell itself. So that's one of the things I want to do.
Better be a good kid's book.
I could just write multiple kids' books.
Just keep churning them out.
Just keep going.
What, they're like
or just
10,
make
15
color
pages with like 2 lines on each page.
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
Or make a coloring book.
Let's write
I know how to draw lines.
Let's start a publishing company right now.
No.
Right
now.
Right
you know
now.
How many? You
We're
know,
doing it.
I'm not a part of LLC Twitter. I'm not about to be like. I already started a business in 2019.
We're churning out
exited.
publishing. We're churning out kids books.
We have
People keep having
33
kids.
subscribers.
People keep having kids. It's an endless market.
That is true. Y'all having kids.
They may not all be great, but you know, one will hit and it'll fund us to make the rest of them.
Yeah. You ever read those Shel Silverstein books? Like Fall
Probably.
Up? They were like thick books that were white and they were like crazy little. If you don't remember, then you've never seen it. I think I've mentioned this before, but those are like super great. I love Shel Silverstein.
Never heard of him or her.
If you haven't heard of them, one of the ones that I remember so vividly is this little thing called Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage
Sarah
out.
Cynthia Sylvia Stout.
Actually, look it up.
Oh, it's too much work.
I'll look it up. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout.
What? Sarah?
And it's this long as it's long but short tale of this girl, and it's just that sort of vibe is like my wheelhouse. Yeah, you click that.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She scoured the pots and scraped the pans,
canned the yams, and spiced the hands, and now for screamer and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out, and so it piled up to the ceilings. I can't see anything else. I'm going from my memory.
Crust of black
Burned buttered toast, grizzly bits of beefy oats. Wait, meats?
Roast.
Roast?
So it's decided we're writing kids' books.
Yeah.
We'll start churning out ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to find an illustrator, obviously.
You don't have to be the best illustrator, babe. You don't. I don't know why that came out.
I know lots of artists.
I can illustrate.
No. Maybe you can do it, but I don't know if it'll be included.
Wow. See, you're just trying to make it less of a 50-50 and like wait, you trying to make it more.
I've already
50-50.
taken 80% of it.
That's why I'm gonna illustrate. You hoe. God.
I'll buy the book from you, but we'll keep most of the profits because we're the one putting it out. We have to do the distribution. We have to find all the editors and whatnot. So
make it
we got a business to run, lady.
You just
and I'm gonna
Amazon
pay
publishes
I'm
it.
gonna put no income taxes.
Oh my gosh, I need to start my other YouTube channel.
Okay. This thing. What is this you put up here?
Oh, when I was
it?
thinking about, you could click it for sure. I was thinking about things that we will not do to save the earth because on that same
take shorter showers.
Yeah, I will not.
Not doing it.
I'm gonna have a good time. How I have my good time. Yeah, I think I saw this post. Load the video. My gosh. You what? What does that mean?
So the sound comes through.
So the sound wasn't coming through?
No. Sound from
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know which cord goes to what, man. Don't know which cord goes.
60%.
Shut the up. I got this expensive ass camera. Until you buy your camera, we are 50-50.
That's your 40% right there.
I'm talent. 50.
Talent doesn't get equity.
Play the video.
Turn all the way up on the board.
Mm-hmm. Look at this nasty ass.
Just wash and re-roll.
Bitch ass.
I just got flushable wipes back because I was like, I don't care if they don't disintegrate or whatnot.
I don't care that it was
I'm bringing them back.
But bitch, I ain't cleaning diddly squat. No, that's what I will not do to save the earth. I mean, as long, I think it's up to the corporations that are like, destroying the ozone layer slowly. That should, reform themselves. I don't think reusable toilet paper.
They say you can start using plastic straws again. Apparently, they're not that bad.
They're not that bad.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of plastic as it is.
I mean,
I just think it's like
if you want to have a different idea, just say, hey, here's a tiny pair of scissors. Just cut them open. Just cut them open and that's it.
This is basically the same amount of plastic.
Yeah.
The straw, how much is the straw?
Well, I don't think it was it because of like the plastic use or was it because of the turtles? I thought it was because of the turtles that we stopped using.
It doesn't really happen that much.
Okay,
you
yeah.
get one bad video. It's like seeing one bad video of someone getting shot and it's a big problem now.
Speaking of,
wait, no, I'm not ready for that. I got to get to this Sebastian Stan, but let's wrap this up. Other things you won't do to save the world.
Composting.
Oh, disgusting.
Never.
Hippies.
When I see those tiny houses that are like, we're going to compost. I'm like, in a small ass space, you already pooping in a small space and now you going to compost that stuff?
I don't even know what composting really is.
It's like anything.
Just throwing your garbage into something and reusing it or something.
It's like using it for like plants and gardens and such.
I don't garden.
I don't know what else they would
That's
do.
what I would do. I'll grow my own vegetables and whatnot. But I feel like I probably got to spray it with like pesticides or something. Keep the bugs and stuff out.
There are like natural things that you can use as well to like keep things. I heard like if you want like slugs to stay off of your plants, then you
Gross.
crush up eggshells and just like litter them around because they can't get over the eggshell surface.
How do you feel? I watched a video of this guy feeding his chickens
Chicken?
their own eggs.
You know what? It's about making the animal happy because they don't know what's going on anyway. So it feels wrong as a person if I were like, let's do this. But the animal probably doesn't know the difference.
So in the comments, people are like, this is wrong, this is wrong. He's like, they're unfertilized eggs, so there's no baby coming out of it. Apparently it helps them grow or produce more eggs. He also like crushes up the eggshell and puts it in there, which is weird, but okay.
That is weird.
If chickens like eggshells. They got so excited when they saw it coming.
Really? Well, the thing is, like you said, it's just protein. It's just protein. That's not cannibalistic because it's just the protein that came from them in a different form. You could, just like when people eat their placenta or they
I
can
think that's different, though.
capsulize it.
I still think that's different. Ben and I were arguing this, and he was like, it's wrong. It's like eating a placenta. I was like, no. Or he's like, eating a fetus. I'm like, no, still not, because it's unfertilized.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
what I'm saying. I
decided
don't think it's wrong.
It's like eating a woman's eggs before it's been fertilized. Weird, but not wrong.
I think for a woman, I feel like there's less benefits of eating an egg.
I'm not saying there's benefits to eating it, but
if I wanted to,
if you wanted to, I wouldn't see anything wrong with eating the unfertilized eggs.
I think the process of removing it from an actual woman is the wrong part.
You're getting all mixed up in the nuances of it.
I don't
It's
think
just,
a
can you
chicken
eat
eating
this?
their egg is not bad because it's chock full
Now,
of all
what if
those
you
proteins.
feed
That's
a
like,
chicken a chicken?
That's what I was thinking about, a woman drinking their own breast milk.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
It's weird, but fine.
It's weird, but it's okay. That
We're
is
gonna
has
judge you
nutrients.
either way, but
Yeah, everybody's gonna judge.
It's
I
still
mean,
weird.
I probably wouldn't because it's not for me.
I probably taste it.
I'd taste it.
I don't like milk already. I'm not tasting it. How
It's
much?
supposed to be
can't-
sweet milk or
Ugh,
whatever.
Yeah, right.
But I don't like sweet milk though.
I don't like milk.
Yeah. Guess that's none of our business. That's none of our business. Moving on.
Speaking of none of our business, let's get into what Sebastian Stan was getting roasted for on Twitter. Did you hear?
No, but I saw an article like a long time ago that he had said it, but when I read the article,
no, it's
it was
not even about saying it.
What?
All he did was like a video about. I'll show you the video first. So this was on Instagram, and he liked this video. Play. Oh, there's no sound.
White dudes, we're riding this school. We're right. The white dudes. We're riding
Okay, so
this
you're just
school,
showing
we're
me the
riding this
video
car.
of a white person saying the N-word?
No, listen to the video.
Okay.
God.
Go.
Are you listening?
Sure.
The white dudes. We're riding this school. We're riding in this car.
Oh my God!
And my boy, my fucking 80-year-old buddy's like, dude, I got the club song. This is the club song of the year. It was this one. Suck a song.
Can white people say the N-word if it's in a song?
No. That's it.
I don't know.
That's all, folks. I mean, you can say it. Just the thing for me, like, it doesn't feel. If I hear somebody say it, it doesn't really feel offensive in some ways. I know everybody's different, but for me,
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm like a little bit taken aback because you, as a person that's not black, decided to be in a room with me who is black and not know how I feel about it, and you decided to say it anyway.
Yeah. Say it in your own privacy.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
Whatever you're
that's
doing.
that's your morale.
I say things in my privacy that I shouldn't.
But-
I would never say around other people.
But if you were that inconsiderate of me and you don't know how I feel about it and you've never heard me say it, then you are in the wrong because you didn't care if I would have been offended. You don't care if I have like some trauma or history around it. You don't care if I know about my history. Now, none of that may be relevant, but if you are not reading the room, then
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
like,
really my friend.
I don't even say it. So why are you saying it?
Yeah. What do you get out of it?
A
Yeah,
thrill.
yeah. Yo, and that
I
reminds me
said
of
it. Oh my
like
gosh.
that makes me think of like there was like this thing going around where like this black woman, she was just like she was just saying how she felt about being called cis by people that are not black, like, and just like, please just don't say it, like, you don't have to call me cis, like, this is just my personal experience, like, you don't, please do not address me as this. And you have so many other people that were not black being like, I can call you whatever I want, blah 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 blah, and it gets treated like a negative term. Very similarly, when they're like, I could call you whatever I want, you can't tell me not to say this, blah blah blah. But it's like, so you want to be disrespectful on purpose. Disrespectful on purpose. That's what it's about. Like, it doesn't matter what the word is, honestly. It's about the tone, and that's what microaggressions is as well. So
Was Sebastian in the wrong for liking the video?
oh, you could like whatever. I mean, it was funny. It was funny. It wasn't funny to me.
It wasn't funny.
But it could be funny to somebody else.
It wasn't funny, and I know funny.
I mean, it wasn't funny to me, but I mean, it could have been funny to him, or he could have known somebody else in the video, or, you know, I don't really care about likes. Like, okay, he liked a video. I mean,
It's not like he was walking around saying it.
and it wasn't something that was like
Not
something
Papa
happening
John
that
it
was
up.
horrific. He could have liked it on accident. And even if he liked it on purpose, like, I don't really care.
Facts.
Facts.
Leaves us.
So when you put up that, I was like, where the hell did this come from?
I watched. Probably came because I was watching a video of this kid in Ocean City, just standing there, like 4 cops around him, and he couldn't have been older than like 18, 19. Gets tased, knees on the back and whatnot, and they drag him off, and his pants are like falling down, all because he was vaping on the boardwalk. Now I don't know what kind of vape. It was just like a normal vape. It was like a THC vape, whatnot. Clearly wasn't resisting. Was just standing there, and they were like, "Get on the ground." He didn't get on the ground, so maybe they were like, "Okay, that's enough resistance. Tase him, put him down."
Well,
and I was like, all right, we could do this.
I mean,
and then you had lots of stuff to add on here.
I was just eating like dinner or something like that, and I was like, okay, and I was like, oh yeah, and it just kept coming out of me, and I added like 2 more at the very end. I didn't realize it was that much that I was typing, honestly. But
before I let you lead the conversation, did you see that DeSantis took critical race theory out of Florida curriculum?
That's one of the things I had put in the list of things that are under systematic racism. So if you're not going to remove the statues of slave owners and people that were involved in genocide and people that were involved in erasing other people's history, and you're going to keep up their statues and their monuments and the things that commemorate them, and you're going to still have schools named after these terrible people, but you're not interested in the youth knowing about the history, the factual history of America and the things that have gone on. So it's sort of like, well, that doesn't apply to me.
To be honest, I'm really not 100% sure what critical race theory is.
I don't even know what it is either, but all I know is that you don't want to showcase that America has been disrespectful to a lot of different cultures for its entire history. And I saw something that was like, we don't want the kids and students to hate America. Well, maybe start changing some things so that it's not the America that they're living in right now, but it is. So
okay, this
what is it?
Says intellectual movement that loosely organized framework of legal analysis based on the premise that race is not a natural biologically grounded feature of physically distinct subgroups of human beings, but a socially constructed category that is used to oppress and exploit people of color. Critical race theorists hold that the law and legal institutes in the United States were inherently racist insofar as they function to create and maintain social, economic, and political inequities between whites and non-whites. Thoughts?
So they're saying that everything is made up, and based on these made up things, that this is why other people are being oppressed? Is that what they just said?
Basically, yeah. That sounds like
Okay.
a good summary.
So, given that you have all these different people in the world and nobody's going to be able to reform their lives, nobody's going to prioritize this, then all you have to do is work with what we have. We have races. Everybody's different. That's fine. You
So
can
we
embrace
have
your differences.
races, or I mean, I guess
We have races.
there's a difference
and we have
between.
ethnicities.
Is there a difference between races and culture? Because I guess you can be in a different culture.
Yeah.
But there's still races. There's still or ethnicities.
So
What's the difference?
okay, if you are Latin American, but you're pale as hell, you're white. White is not a culture. White is just how you are perceived.
Is that your race?
No.
Then that's still not your race.
That's not your
And
race.
it's not your ethnicity.
It's neither.
Yeah.
It is just how you are
It's your
showcased.
color.
That is an American construct. That's why when they talk about we don't want immigrants in here, they're not talking about the Russian white immigrants. They could be here all the time.
Yeah.
They're talking about brown
The
people.
Browns.
And that is a construct of America. Where's all this information coming from? Like I don't think about this on a daily. But
Can you
ooh.
tell them what I texted you that you laughed about?
So you didn't text anything before this. All I got was
I did, because I was like, wow, you put up a lot of things.
oh
on
yeah.
here.
And I didn't even read your modification. I just read, am I a black person? I didn't read the modification. And I was just like, do you mean that you don't know any of this information? Am I a black person?
Because you put all that stuff up, and I was like, wow, I didn't put a single thing on here.
You just put the topic and it's like, okay.
That's it. I did my job for the week. Came up with a topic.
I mean, like I said, it just came pouring out of me.
All right, lead us through.
But you learn a lot. So you're going to have to enlarge that because these eyes.
Oops, what'd I do?
Just make it a size 14 font. Okay, that's good. Cool. Okay, so the first thing I thought of was abortion wasn't illegal until the slaves were freed. And I can't remember the whole story. It was always legal. It was always a thing that could happen.
Abortion? What do you mean? They just punch them in the stomach back
Gosh.
then.
I mean, no, but like, I don't know when it became illegal, but I know that it was legal for the entire time that upper class people were doing it, that white women were doing it and everything like that. So, and obviously now you have people that are like, I'm pro-life. I don't believe in abortions, but when my mistress gets pregnant, she will be getting an abortion. Trust and believe. Like, what's happening? Where's the connect? The connect is y'all don't want, like, you all want people to stay down. And let's be real, a lot of people be using kids as, this is going to save my life. This is going to provide me with love. This is going to provide me with care.
Extra
when
stimulus
I'm, yeah,
money.
care when I'm old. My kids are going to provide for this.
Oh yeah, that's why
Kids
I'm
should
having
not,
them.
yeah, kids should not be your scapegoat for whatever issue. You should go to therapy. But yeah.
I have 2 kids and then an extra for parts. One of them's got to do well, and then one will take care of me. And
Okay, but that's not emotionally attached. That's just financially attached. So, like, trying to fix your problems through kids and people not being able to afford to get therapy, to realize that they need to break traditional, what's it called? Like your familial curses. Break those things that, like, stopped your mom and stopped your grandma and stopped your great grandfather from getting, ahead. Generational curses.
Kids.
There it is. Kids. They could be great,
it's probably all those kids.
but probably
Nana.
not for you.
Imagine if Nana didn't have all these 5 kids. She'd probably be running the world.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with being
They
set
held her
back by
back.
kids. However, not making a choice to have them, Like, that's a little bit different. Like, feeling like, oh, I'm supposed to have kids, so I'm going to have kids, but not because you want kids, but because you were conditioned to have kids. Because this is going to keep workers in the stores, and you're not going to be able to afford them. So you're going to stay where you are for years and years and years because you have no other way, because this seems like the only way. That's why millennials and Gen Zs don't want to work, because...
Or have kids.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm going to be contributing to this train of BS? No. Anyway. Pick one. Pick one of the ones I wrote.
This one.
Oh, yeah. The police force, that little,
When you wrote that, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah. So...
They weren't around before?
They were there to bring back slaves.
You got it. Oh, yeah.
They were there... Don't you get up here, dog. They were there to bring back slaves. And there was like this court hearing that a judge declared that they are not supposed to protect and serve. They are not supposed to, put their lives on the line for you. Sit down. Sit down. Yeah. Just turn him right around. They're not supposed to serve you. They're not supposed to protect you. They're there for the rich. Just like HR in a company is there for the company and not for the employers. So who's providing the money to the police officers? I mean, we are, but they're getting their stuff from the rich, and they're getting their orders from the rich. Anything? That's why some people are so quick to call the police, because they know they're supposed to be on their side.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean,
don't bother me. Let me live my life.
Yeah.
I'm pro anarchy.
Yeah, ACAB. And I've seen arguments that like all cops aren't bad, but it's also about the system. If the system is faulty, then by association, ACAB.
ACAB? Oh.
Yeah. Like, you're guilty by association because it's a faulty system to begin with that's not in the favor of the people.
So you just get rid of it, or you
reform it? Well, the reforms that get passed don't really do much. Yeah. So, ideally...
tear it all down and start over.
Yeah, but that's also not ideal because everybody loves their comforts. Everybody loves their luxuries. So it's a little difficult. That actually reminds me of Westworld. It reminds me of Westworld in the way that nobody wanted to see their world crumble. Like in season 3, like her plan was to demolish the society, demolish the world that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of the same. Like, nobody wants to give up their luxuries, but in the big picture, it's like, this is what is needed, but it's very difficult because there's so many people, so many different communities, so many laws, and so I don't think that's going to happen, like a clean swipe and we're starting all over, because that'd be disaster.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of people probably going to die in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And who's going to protect you then?
Not the cops. You're going to have to that's when gangs come back in. The gangs are supposed to protect the people.
I feel like they do a better job sometimes in certain communities.
I feel that. I mean, I don't have any personal or any anecdotes, but that's what I've heard. Like,
yeah, they take care of their community.
Yeah, they're the Robin Hood gang.
Yeah. Make sure the old ladies on the block got somebody to bring them groceries and whatnot.
Yes, yeah. I mean, anyway.
So we're starting a gang.
Gang. What's our gang sign? I only know the alphabet and sign language. No. Because you don't like birds.
I hate birds. But maybe that's why, because birds are vicious and that's what a gang's going to be. Squirrels?
I don't know what the sign language for squirrels is. I feel like it's similar.
Squirrels. The rat of the trees.
We don't have anything for you over here.
Hi, booby. What's up? Lay down. Back up. Good boy.
You guys down below, give us like our gang sign, our animal. I like feline creatures.
Let's be the aardvarks. The anteaters.
No.
Koalas.
Wait, can we choose an animal from Avatar?
Penguin.
Can we be the little koala sheep?
No one's gonna take us serious.
Koala sheep.
No one's gonna take us serious. We mean business out in these streets.
Oh, what about a baby saber-toothed moose lion cub?
What else is on here?
The medical thing.
Read it. Tell
Now,
the people what it is.
Black women have a higher mortality rate when they go and give birth because of multiple things, but like one of them is like medical professionals are not usually don't listen to like the concerns of Black women when they're giving birth. Like I've seen so many different birth stories where like she was bleeding internally and they were like brushing her off, or you know, and one of the stories led to death. Like no, P Diddy's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife died because of this.
Puff Daddy?
Puff Daddy, P Diddy,
Sean Combs?
Sean Diddy Combs. He has so many names. But you know, so many people don't listen to Black women or Black people when they're advocating for themselves, and being able to just respect somebody saying like, hey, I don't feel good, can you investigate? That's why like a long time ago I was seeing this thing going on. I was like, medical professionals or hospitals are like the cops to Black men. So like Black men got the cops, and then Black women are like get pushed aside in the medical community. So like if you know a nurse that's Black, like thanks Vanessa, thanks Natalia, but
They're not there yet.
But they're gonna be like, and that's really important. And you have the right to speak up for yourself. I know sometimes speaking up for yourself in the medical community, because they're just sifting through all the knowledge, and they're not really asking you like, are you okay with this? Like, are you feeling well? And like being an advocate for yourself and making sure that you have an advocate for you in the room. Like, hey, I need a Black nurse. No offense, I need a Black nurse.
One time I had a Black nurse. I got sick at work, threw up. Luckily, it was in a hospital where my store was.
Yeah.
So they come in, they roll me down to the ER. They give me an IV. And then the mouth portion of the sickness stops, and it moved down to the butt portion.
Oh.
So I call. I'm like, can they get this IV out of me? I gotta go to the bathroom now. Too slow. Too slow. And it was not good. I went home that day in hospital pants. I was there, like, it probably started at maybe like 2 a.m. And I left there at like 7 or 8 a.m. I was just in there. I just fell asleep there, IV in the hospital pants. And
Did you just throw away the pants?
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Those were gone. I was like, we are not taking these. I am not washing this. It's disgusting. I guess I had like a stomach flu or something.
Yeah.
Stomach virus.
Yeah.
But she was not very attentive or nice to me the entire time. I was also
Actually,
a big whiner the entire time. But I felt terrible.
But if you are complaining, like you, a nurse should not be making fun of a patient when they're complaining. Like, you should not be judge and jury if it's like somebody is like saying a whole bunch of things. Even if you don't believe them, you should still investigate. From that hospital, my brother was also there, and like he like left without, like, he had to sign the papers that he left without their consent or whatever, because like they were not listening to him at all.
She just seemed like she just did not want to deal with me right now.
And I don't know if that's because it's like such a built up hospital that you were at, but like we went to Holy Cross instead, and it was like a night and day difference.
Really?
To the treatment and like the service and such. So You know, it's very difficult to like think, oh, you know, I need to fight for myself, but it is important to advocate for yourself and to know what your rights are in any situation, whether it's with the police or in the medical community. Like they're not taught like how certain diseases and things might affect them. Like if you're of a darker complexion and the book says this will show up as a yellowing to the skin, and it's like, how do I see that? You know, like it's, you know, those things should be taught because you're not just catering to the Band-Aid colored individuals.
Band-Aid color.
And also, that's another thing. I did not know Band-Aids were supposed to be skin colored until they were like, yeah, they're supposed to be skin colored. You know, when I first saw a
Band-Aids
brown,
are racist. Cancel the Band-Aids.
like I saw like a very dark tone Band-Aid last year.
What?
Because it just occurred to everybody that like these are supposed to be nude. These are supposed to be nude Band-Aids.
So do they keep them locked up in the store also, like the hair care products?
Shit, I don't fucking know. But I've never seen like a dark brown
Never.
Band-Aid. No.
I get the beige-ish.
Yeah, I thought beige was just the color. Wow. I did not know it was supposed to be nude. And that goes with a lot of things. Like I feel like for certain industries, like I'm sort of specifically talking about like the beauty industry, how like with they say, oh, we'll do this after the initial launch. We'll have more shades for you after the initial launch. But you could have had it now. You didn't have to have 30,000 sand, tanned, and light beige colors. But you have two deep darks that are not much darker than me. So it's about fairness, really. Equality.
Equality. All right, do we have something we can wrap up this in something more fun?
No.
I was supposed to make a
Racism
game.
is real shit. Be anti-racist. Tell your friends. Tell your dog. Tell your people.
Anti-racist and anti-Semitic.
What does that mean?
I think that means you hate Jews.
The end. Thank you so much.
I think that's what it means.
I think that is what it means. And also advocate for yourself, babe. Like, you deserve it.
Yeah, Dave in accounting.
You deserve it. Dave deserves it. You deserve it. I deserve it. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself and ask some real questions. Be annoying. Be annoying. Because that's your right. Society.
Okay.
But goodbye.
I guess that's it.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you can't do 2 out of 3, that's going to make me real sad.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Come back next week.
Yes. Check out our Instagram to stay updated on if we're going to change our schedule, if we're going to change our name. That might be coming up in the upcoming months. So definitely check us out.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.